coverage here in the Weather Channel Forecast Center. We continue to watch a major hurricane head toward the southeast coast of Florida. That's Hurricane Andrew. Latest positions we have. Here at the Weather Channel, there was a growing sense of urgency as the storm approached the mainland, while a three-person crew fronted by the Weather Channel's Dennis Smith was already on the scene in South Florida.
Hurricane Andrew will continue to move on in. Some of the high-level clouds that you were seeing on the satellite photograph are just now starting to move in. We still have, it looks like, a lazy...
Well, I've always been a little bit concerned about Miami because of its vulnerability to have a lot of...
As landfall approached, we found John Hope in a rare, quiet moment.
People at risk, and they also had a certain mindset. Some people, I'm afraid, that didn't think that this kind of a hurricane was going to come there, and because they had not seen one in so many years. It had been a quarter of a century since they had a major hurricane really impact the city. There'll be some damage in the West Coast as well. So by the time it cuts a swath all the way across the state, it'll be in billions of dollars for sure. We knew that this would come to pass sooner or later. Briefing, because I don't have too much time here. The eye wall of the hurricane is coming ashore. It's coming ashore right down here in the southern part of Dade County. Just about over Cutler Ridge and Perrine, a little bit north of Homestead. The eye wall, though, extends north into the southern part anyway of Coral Gables. It's going to be very nearly where Dennis is. I'm not sure that Dennis is going to get in the calm, but he is going to get under the eye wall. That's it then. It's making landfall even as we speak. It's making landfall at the time of high tide. We don't know anything about the damage, but we're sure it's going to be substantial. We hope that people did what they needed to do to protect their lives.
We lost power about 3 hours prior to it making landfall, so it was pitch black.
It was dark, so really all you had to rely on was what you could hear more than what you could see. And believe me, what you could hear was plenty.
Power lines whipping, you could hear glass shattering. You could sense something flying by you, and you could sense that there was a lot of destruction going on out there.
There were bizarre sights as well. Emmett Williams took this video as he huddled in a motel bathroom at the height of the storm. The winds outside were so powerful, the vacuum had sucked all the water from the toilet.
In there again. Watch what happens to this toilet paper going in the toilet. It gets sucked down. Wow, a new kind of trash disposal.
In South Florida, officials estimate up to 80,000 homes are destroyed. Power is still out.
I was praying. I was really praying. I was truly praying. If I never prayed before, I prayed then. I said, this is my first one, and I hope and pray it'll be my last one.
With the new day came a new horror. The city of Homestead had been decimated.
Well, the church bulletins won't make it to churches.
The grisly score in Florida, 27 dead, more than 250,000 homeless, and property damage amounting to more than $20 billion.
Part 2 of our story, when Exposures continues.
Hurricane Andrew had cut a path of destruction across southern Florida. The eye of the storm was over land less than 4 hours. The damage was extensive, and Andrew hadn't finished yet. Forecasters feared that one hurricane could make 2 landfalls in the United States. John Hope, senior tropical forecaster at the Weather Channel, was tracking the storm.
We do think that this will regenerate in the Gulf of Mexico, still be a powerful hurricane, and will strike somewhere along the Gulf Coast.
Residents of the Gulf Coast were in for an anxious 48 hours. Hurricane watches were posted from Mississippi to Texas. As Andrew progressed, it became evident that Louisiana was at greatest risk. Thousands of people from low-lying areas began to evacuate. For most, the decision was an easy one to make.
I'm going to sandbag my little place up and leave. I'm not going to stay in town. I got another place further up north, so as soon as I get my little business done right here, it's exactly where I'm going, north. I'm not going to wait around.
By late Tuesday, Andrew had slowed its forward speed. The eye moved along the Louisiana coast as the storm's steering currents weakened. Early Wednesday morning, the hurricane pushed north.
Hurricane force wind started about 2 hours ago, and we've really been catching the devil here. Everything is flat in the trailer park.
Andrew moved through Morgan City, Patterson, and New Iberia. By daybreak, hurricane-force wind gusts reached Baton Rouge, some 60 miles from the coast. The Weather Channel's Jim Cantori talked to Captain Ronnie Jones of the Louisiana State Police as Andrew hit.
The eye has moved a little bit closer into Baton Rouge, and what we thought as might being the worst being over with earlier is not the case at all. People cannot go back to South Louisiana nor to New Orleans at this point. Sit tight. We're not out of this yet.
You're just trying to survive. The only thing you can think of is how can I protect myself, my family, you know. Possessions don't mean much at that point in time. We started out trying to put buckets up and stuff, and at one point you just forget about that and you just protect your own life, and you just can't think any further than that.
In Laplace, a tornado ripped through a subdivision, killing 2 people. Anthony Rivera and his family had a narrow escape.
As soon as we saw the tornado, she panicked, I panicked. We didn't know what to do. So I told her, I said, Nita, come on, let's get in the car. Get the kids' clothes, get the kids' shoes, and let's get in the car. But she couldn't find the shoes. Thank God she couldn't find them. Because as soon as she couldn't find them, I told her, we don't have no time. So we ran inside the house, and no sooner than I was closing the front gate, which that's the front door right there. No sooner than I was closing that, the tornado was tearing these 2 houses right here up. It was just tearing them up. And then I closed the door, and I told everybody in the bathroom, let's get in the middle bathroom. We all got in the middle bathroom, and about 2 seconds later, just 2 seconds later, the house was gone.
Andrew left 8,000 homes damaged, 25,000 people homeless, 300,000 homes and businesses without electricity. The cleanup started as soon as the hurricane-force winds subsided.
We knew we had a lot of work ahead of us, and after everybody finished crying and got composed, we went back to work, just like you're going to see everybody else in the community will do the same thing. I mean, you have to start over.
Starting over is not going to be easy. Andrew destroyed the economic base of the region. The leading cash crop, sugarcane, was heavily damaged. All the farmers could do was watch and wait for Andrew to pass. Andrew dealt a devastating blow to South Central Louisiana. The final figures are not in, but estimates put the damage at $1 billion. It will be a long time before rebuilding is complete. But even when life is back to normal, Louisiana residents will long remember Hurricane Andrew.
Just ahead, the conclusion of our story.